The healthcare industry earns billions each year from routine screenings. But here's the hidden truth. Many of these tests don't improve outcomes for older women, and in some cases, they actually cause harm. If you're over 60, you deserve to know which tests are truly necessary and which may only be padding someone else's paycheck. For decades, we've been taught to trust that more testing means better health. Doctors encourage us to stay on schedule with annual checkups, mammograms, blood panels, bone scans, and more. It sounds reassuring, doesn't it? After all, early detection is supposed to save lives. But what if I told you that this story isn't always true, especially for women in their 60s and beyond? The uncomfortable reality is that a large part of modern medicine is shaped by profit. Every scan, every blood draw, every invasive procedure adds revenue to hospitals, clinics, and pharmaceutical companies. And while some tests are life-saving, others are not only unnecessary, but can expose older women to serious risks. Risks like false positives, toxic medications, unnecessary surgeries, kidney damage, or even long-term memory decline. In today's video, we're going to reveal 5 of the most commonly recommended tests that women over 60 should think twice about. These are tests that sound harmless, but research shows they often do more harm than good. More importantly, I'll share safer, evidence-based alternatives that can protect your health without putting you in danger. So if you've ever felt uneasy about whether all these checkups are truly helping you, stay tuned. What you're about to learn could save you from unnecessary suffering and give you the confidence to take charge of your health decisions. Hi, this is Marcus from Human Body Wellness, where we are dedicated to providing you with informative and educational content on healthy foods, drinks, and eating habits. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more natural health insights designed to help you live your best life after 60. Now, let's begin with the first test on our list. Number 5, bone density scans. Bone density scans, also known as DEXA scans, are often pushed on women once they reach menopause, and especially after age 60. The reasoning sounds solid. Measure your bone strength to prevent fractures. But here's the problem. Many of these scans are unnecessary, and they often lead to prescriptions for powerful medications that carry more risks than benefits. Research shows that bone density naturally declines with age, but that doesn't automatically mean you'll suffer a fracture. Many women are labeled as osteopenic or pre-osteoporotic based on scan results, even though their actual risk of breaking a bone may be low. This diagnosis often pressures women into taking drugs like bisphosphonates, which can cause severe side effects, including jawbone decay, esophageal irritation, and even unusual types of fractures. So, what's the safer alternative? Instead of relying solely on scans, doctors can use a fracture risk assessment that considers your age, lifestyle, family history, and overall health, not just a single number from a machine. Even better, there are natural, evidence-backed ways to strengthen bones without unnecessary medications. Regular weight-bearing exercise like walking, yoga, or light resistance training can significantly reduce fracture risk. A nutrient-rich diet with calcium from leafy greens and adequate vitamin D from sunlight or safe supplements also plays a crucial role. The bottom line, before agreeing to a bone density scan, ask whether it's truly necessary for you. Protecting your bones doesn't require endless testing. It requires smart, consistent daily habits. Now, if bone density scans are often overprescribed, what about those routine blood tests most of us get every single year? You might be surprised at the hidden risks. Let's talk about dangerous test number 4. Number 4, annual blood panels. Getting your blood drawn every year has become almost automatic during routine checkups. On the surface, it seems harmless, a quick test to catch hidden problems. But here's the truth. Annual blood panels can sometimes cause more anxiety and harm than benefit. One of the biggest problems is the risk of false positives. Imagine this. You're perfectly healthy, but a single lab value comes back slightly outside the normal range. Suddenly, you're sent for more tests, more appointments, and possibly even unnecessary treatments. This cascade not only creates stress, but can expose you to additional risks, from radiation to invasive procedures. Another issue is that many standard blood panels aren't as effective as we think. For example, creatinine tests are routinely used to check kidney function. But in older women, creatinine can miss early kidney disease because it's influenced by muscle mass, which naturally declines with age. A far better option is the cystatin C test, which provides a more accurate picture of kidney health without the same limitations. Annual blood draws can also create a false sense of security. Just because your numbers look fine doesn't mean your lifestyle habits don't need attention. True prevention comes from diet, exercise, stress management, and sleep, not endless lab work. So before agreeing to your next routine panel, ask, is this test truly necessary, or is it just a checkbox on someone's billing sheet? Coming up next, we'll look at a test that sounds high-tech and life-saving, but can actually damage your brain and kidneys, the CT angiogram. Number 3, CT angiograms. When doctors suspect heart problems, many recommend a CT angiogram. It sounds reassuring, a detailed picture of your heart's blood vessels to detect blockages early. But what most women over 60 aren't told is that this test comes with serious risks. First, CT angiograms expose you to a large dose of radiation. While one scan may not seem like much, repeated exposure increases long-term cancer risk, especially in older adults. But the bigger danger often comes from the contrast dye injected during the scan. This dye can damage your kidneys, sometimes permanently. For seniors with reduced kidney function, a very common issue, the risks are even higher. Even more concerning is recent research showing that contrast dye may nearly double the risk of dementia by leaving behind harmful deposits in the brain. For a woman over 60 who may already be at risk of memory decline, this is not a small concern. So what's the alternative? If your doctor wants to evaluate your heart health, ask about safer options. A treadmill stress test can provide valuable information about how your heart responds to exertion without the dye or high radiation. Another option is a coronary calcium score, which uses a much lower dose of radiation to detect plaque buildup and is far less risky than a full angiogram. The takeaway is clear. Unless you have very specific symptoms that make a CT angiogram necessary, this test often creates more harm than good. Always ask whether the information gained is worth the risks. And if CT angiograms are dangerous, what about tests that seem even more routine, like a pelvic exam? You may be shocked to learn that for many older women, those exams cause far more trouble than they prevent. Number 2, routine pelvic exams. For generations, women have been told that annual pelvic exams are an essential part of good health. Many still undergo them every year, even past age 60. But here's the truth. If you don't have symptoms, routine pelvic exams can do more harm than good. The biggest issue is the high rate of false positives. A doctor may feel something unusual during the exam, which often leads to ultrasounds, biopsies, or even surgery. Yet in many cases, these findings turn out to be harmless. Meanwhile, the woman is left to suffer weeks of anxiety and sometimes undergoes invasive procedures that were never needed in the first place. Studies have shown that routine pelvic exams in older women do not improve survival rates from gynecological cancers. In fact, most of these cancers are either detected through symptoms or not detected early enough to make a difference with routine screening. This means the stress, cost, and complications often outweigh the benefits. There are also very real physical risks. Unnecessary surgeries, especially for women in their 60s and 70s, can lead to infections, scarring, and long recovery times. Some women even suffer long-term complications that affect their quality of life permanently. So, when are pelvic exams actually needed? Only if you have clear symptoms, such as unusual bleeding, persistent pelvic pain, or noticeable changes in your reproductive organs. In those cases, the exam can be valuable, but as a routine test, it's often more harmful than helpful. Instead of relying on yearly exams, focus on paying attention to your body. Know your normal patterns and report any changes to a trusted doctor. That way, you stay safe without unnecessary risks. And this brings us to the number 1 test you absolutely need to reconsider after 70, the colonoscopy. Number 1, colonoscopies past 70. For decades, colonoscopies have been promoted as the gold standard for preventing colon cancer. And for people in their 50s and 60s, they can indeed save lives. But once you cross the age of 70, the risks often outweigh the benefits, and very few women are told this truth. A colonoscopy may sound routine, but the preparation alone can be dangerous for older adults. The process of flushing your system with powerful laxatives often leads to severe dehydration and electrolyte imbalances, which can cause weakness, dizziness, or even hospitalization. For seniors, dehydration can trigger heart problems, kidney strain, or dangerous falls. Then comes the procedure itself. Colonoscopies carry risks of intestinal perforation, bleeding, and infection. While these complications are rare in younger people, they become significantly more common in women over 70. Some even develop sepsis, a life-threatening blood infection, after the procedure. And let's not overlook the effects of anesthesia. Many older women experience memory problems or cognitive decline after being put under sedation. In some cases, this brain fog never fully goes away, contributing to long-term dementia risk. So, what's the safer alternative? For most women over 70, a FIT test, fecal immunochemical test, is far less risky and highly effective. It's a simple stool test that checks for hidden blood, a possible sign of colon cancer. If the test comes back positive, further evaluation may be necessary. But for routine screening, the FIT test is the safer choice. Here's the bottom line. If you're healthy and symptom-free after 70, you should carefully question whether another colonoscopy is truly necessary. Safer, simpler tests exist that can protect your health without exposing you to unnecessary dangers. Now that we've gone through the 5 most concerning tests, let's pull everything together and talk about how you can protect yourself while still getting the care you truly need. We've now uncovered the 5 most overused and potentially harmful medical tests for women over 60. Let's quickly recap. Bone density scans often lead to unnecessary medications with dangerous side effects. Annual blood panels can trigger false alarms and anxiety without improving outcomes. CT angiograms expose you to high radiation, kidney damage, and even dementia risks. Routine pelvic exams create more harm than benefit unless symptoms are present. Colonoscopies past 70 come with serious risks of dehydration, infection, and memory decline, when safer alternatives like FIT tests exist. The message here isn't to reject medicine altogether, it's to question the system. Instead of automatic, routine testing, care should be personalized and symptom-guided. Your health deserves more than a checklist approach. You deserve a doctor who listens, who explains options clearly, and who helps you weigh the benefits against the risks. By staying informed, you can avoid unnecessary suffering, protect your independence, and make medical choices that truly serve your well-being. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever gone through a medical test that left you feeling it did more harm than good? Or do you have a story about questioning a test and feeling glad you did? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help another woman protect herself from the same risks. And if you found today's video helpful, please give it a like and share it with friends or family who may also be facing these decisions. Don't forget to subscribe for more natural health insights designed to empower you to live strong, safe, and well after 60. This is Marcus from Human Body Wellness, reminding you, your health is your power. Protect it wisely.